5 signs that you're growing spiritually. You know how you eat every single day, and yet you don't notice the changes in your looks and your body development until one day you just take a closer look at yourself and you realize that I've added some weight, or you look at yourself and you notice that there's a significant difference between how you look now and how you used to look then, or you came across a picture of yourself some years back and you're looking at yourself now and you're wondering, who are these two different people? That's exactly how spiritual growth works. You're probably spending time studying the word, spending time praying, spending time practicing hearing God, practicing how to be more spiritually sensitive, practicing discernment. And while at it, sometimes you wonder if this thing is actually working. You wonder if you're actually growing, if this word that you're even reading is entering your head. Well, it's my pleasure to announce to you that it's actually working. You're actually growing. And here are 5 ways that you can know that you're growing spiritually. Number 1, you no longer rush to clap back anymore. When someone tells you something that should trigger you, surprisingly, you find yourself unusually calm. You allow them finish. You take a deep breath and then you release a graceful response that pours fire on their head. You know that type of response that immediately reveals the person's stupidity, yeah? That's the type of response. Or some other times you don't even react at all. You suddenly realize that you have no need, you have no urge to waste your response on these people because you know that they are being foolish and you cannot be part of that foolishness. So you're staring at them with a holy smirk plastered on your face. My God, that, my dear, is a sign that you're growing spiritually. Number 2, you're no longer comfortable with things that you used to enjoy before. And what's funny is that these things may not necessarily be bad things, but you just realize that your consecration is on a whole new level and the standards seem to be a bit higher for you now. Could be a dress you used to wear, could be an activity you used to love. You just find out that you're no longer interested. These things, you don't fancy them anymore. That's a big sign that you're growing spiritually. Number 3, you don't talk casually anymore. I found myself correcting things I said as a joke, or things I said from a standpoint of sincerity. I was just being sincere, and I suddenly realized that this thing I am being sincere about does not quite align with the scripture, and so I begin to revert. I begin to correct it. I begin to denounce it if I have to. Whether I feel like joking or I feel like being sincere, so long as it does not align with the scripture, I'm not going to allow that thing to pass like that. If you're like me, if you're becoming desensitive about the things that you say, then that means you're growing spiritually. Number 4, you suddenly realize you now pray about every single thing before you even start thinking. Maybe before now, prayers used to be a last resort for you, but all of a sudden, the consciousness that God is your best bet for every single thing has sunk into your subconscious, that every little thing you face, every little situation you encounter, you whisper a word of prayer. You say, God, I beg. You say, God, help me. You say, God, help. No matter how small, you find yourself praying. And even times when you're probably in the middle of a tough situation and you realize that you've tried every other option except prayer, you suddenly start feeling stupid because what were you thinking that you did not pray since? That's a sign that you're growing spiritually. Number 5, you're now very okay not being everyone's favorite. I personally got to a point where I would be the one to call your attention to the reasons you should not like me, in case you are getting too excited. You need to know that I'm not as calm and soft as you are thinking. I will annoy you, and as far as my walk with God is concerned, I am not always going to be your favorite person, and I am everly ready to disappoint you if that is what it takes at any point for me to follow God and follow Him right, and I'm not sorry. Jesus. I think this is one of the best things that can happen to you. Getting to this point in your life where you cease to be a people pleaser because you have come to the understanding that the only person, the ultimate person that needs to be pleased in your life is no one else but God. And this is not to say that you're going to treat every other person badly and nonchalantly. It's just that you are realizing where the priority lies. And you realize that if you can have it figured out with God, every other person will be all right. Every other person, trust me, they will be all right. You can get it wrong with every other person and it won't matter much, but you can't afford to do the same with God. That, my dear, is spiritual growth. So in case you're thinking you're not growing, you're under so much pressure to be quoting Bible from Genesis to Revelation, calm down, calm down. Part of the ways that spiritual growth works is that your character gets transformed. You start to experience some transformation in your character, in your mindset, in the way you do things, in your friendships. In fact, I didn't even add this one. This should be like maybe a bonus point, declutter. You find yourself decluttering. You find, ah, my God, you declutter human beings, you declutter your space, you declutter your house, you just find out that there are things you don't need anymore and you just start giving it away. They are not necessarily bad things sometimes. You just, what is all this load about? What is all this load about? I'm at that point where I think one of my most valued possessions right now is my books. God, I love my books. Hey, God. I can come to the house and my table is scattered with books, my bed is scattered with books. I'm okay. I'm okay, please. But you see this makeup I'm doing right now, I can leave it for a month and I won't touch it. My makeup kit can stay for 3 months, will not see me, I will not see it, and I'm not going to be bothered. But I can't try the same thing with my Bible. I can't try the same thing with my notepads. I can't try the same thing with my playlist. I can't try the same thing with my church attendance. I can't try this. So you just find that there's a shift in your priority. So even if you're not yet hearing Rema, you're not yet dissecting the word and making references to this and that, it's okay. It's a gradual process. I mean, aim to get there. Study to show yourself approved. Get there. But you need to realize that it is not a one-day walk. You're not stuck somewhere. You're actually growing. There's a transformation going on from the inside. And very soon, out of the abundance of your heart, out of the abundance of your belly, rivers will flow. Rivers will flow. So just keep at it. Keep at it. And unfortunately, you're not going to see the end result of this makeup. If you want to see it, then see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.